Good morning, everybody. My name is Jared O'Leary. I've been drumming since 1998, but I still got a lot of stuff to work on. Today, I'm going to be working on some Fulcrum control, which is an exercise. There's a few variations of it that will work on your control of your Fulcrum, but also the tap spacing and then the spacing in between your hand when you're practicing some stuff. So that's what we're going to be working on. In these practice streams, I like to share what I'm practicing and how I'm practicing it, giving you the raw, unedited, here's what I'm not good at, and here's what I'm trying to improve. Now, in all of these streams, there's over 360 of them. You can find timestamps in the description that shows what I was working on or what I was talking about. Often people will come into my various chats and will ask me some questions because I've been drumming for so long and because I've taught every grade, kindergarten through doctoral student, and have a bachelor's, master's, PhD in music education. People often ask me how to improve their drumming or their teaching, and I will often edit those responses down, put them into this drumming tips playlist that has almost 100 videos in here, well over a dozen hours of free drumming and teaching tips. So check those out if you're interested in it. Just check out the chapters, the timestamps in the description to see the different topics that are in there. Because like the first part of the video will talk about whatever the title is, and then there's usually a few more different tips in there. Now, all of the play-alongs that I'll be using, you can find these on the home tab of YouTube of my channel. I've got drumming, gaming, computer science stuff because I'm a nerd. But if you click on the header for the drumming content, there's over 2,000 videos. Over 2,000 videos. And if you scroll here, it just keeps going and going and going. Now, because there's so many videos, at the top of every single one of the descriptions and in the pinned comment is a link that takes you to here. So this is jaredoleary.com/drum. If you're on the vertical, it's this link right there. And on here, we've got things organized neater than what I can do on YouTube. So there's 62 chop exercises organized here. There's over 1,000 grid variations, 419 for triplet, 577 for 16th note. And then there's some wacky ones, 36 of them, like Hurt the Grid. We've also got a bunch of limb independence, like timing exercises, as well as charts for straight and swung. There's 55 charts in here, and a video that shows how I'm working on limb independence, a step-by-step process that you can use to also develop limb independence. I've used it for myself and for some of the students that I've taught who have wanted to learn it. There's also over 460 marching bass exercises. There's several different cadences. That's the full score. There's over 360 technique exercises organized into different playlists. Like if you want to work on your accent taps, check that one out. If you want to work on endurance and speed, check that one out. Today, I'm going to be working on the Fulcrum control. But before we do that, I'll just show you. You can also find the drumming tips, the live streams, what kind of sticks I use, some lessons, all that. It's all free. Any video that says members first just means it's early access. I've got a little under 500 videos scheduled to release a new one daily. So, you know, more content to come. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for the like on the YouTube vertical. Now, I am going to get motivated here at Shia LaBeouf because I want to get myself into a mindset of not taking the stream too seriously. So we're going to hide Shia because of copyright. And Shia, motivate me. Help me get ready to work on my Fulcrum control. Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it. Make your dreams come true. Just do it. Some people dream success. Well, you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. So motivating. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit. And you're not going to stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it! I was late. Sorry. Just do it! What's he doing? Yes, you can! Just do it! I don't get the hand movement. He spits there, by the way. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. I'm so tired of starting over. Thank you so much, Shia LaBeouf. I'm ready to work on my Fulcrum control. Look at that flex. All right, so again, the playlist that I'm working out on is here. Now, there's a bunch of Fulcrum control specific exercises. And then at the very bottom, there's Chug with flam accents and single doubles. This is a Chug variation that is great for working on your Fulcrum control, hence is why it's inside of this particular playlist. I'm going to use it. Woo, that is very low resolution. I'm going to use it to get myself warmed up. So with all of these play-alongs, all 2,000 plus of them, you go into the timestamps in the description, and you can jump to whatever BPM you want. This one goes as slow as 20 to as fast as 160. That should keep you busy for a while. Because I'm just getting my hands going, let's go with, I don't know, 100. We'll see how that sounds. Turn up the volume. It'll count you off, and then you can practice listening and... Oh no, it's muted. Let's try it again. Gotta, not have it muted. My hands feel tired today. Let's go 90. For warming up, we'll be able to play faster later. But first we gotta warm up, get the blood flowing, and then we'll stretch and massage, and then we can play stuff faster. So play this. Oops, screwed up. We'll play this like 5 times, and then I'll do a stretch and massage, and then I'll do Fulcrum control. Variation 1. Yeah, so my singles on my left are like weird. They feel weird. And I don't know why. I'm trying to think, like, analyze it. Slow it down. Hey, I said stop. So I'm trying to figure out like what's going on. Obviously I'm not warmed up, but that transition from the doubles into the singles on the last line. Trying to change the amount of space in the hands here. Huh, yeah, there's like an interesting thing where I'm playing the doubles with the left, and then the singles come in late, the left hand. Like I feel tight right here on the wrist. Interesting. Anyways, let's see if the stretch and massage routine will help with that. Now, I always do just like a short warm-up like that, just play through something a few reps, just to get the blood flowing. And then I'll go into this stretch and massage routine. Good morning, Jeffrey. How you doing today? Same stretch and massage routine every single time. This one stretches the sides of the forearms. It looks really weird, but there's a video called This Hand Routine Saved My Drumming under the Drumming Lessons playlist that gives you a better view of that angle and kind of explains some more stretches like you can do for rotating for traditional grip, etc. But because I don't march traditional anymore, I'm not going to do that. Glad to hear you're doing good. Now I'm going to stretch the underside of the forearm. So you could do it like this. You could do 2 fingers at a time and then 2 fingers at a time. You could do it on your pad. I'm going to do this on the wall. The lower you go, the deeper the stretch. Just don't put all your weight into it. Don't tear stuff. Oh, that feels good already. Oh, yeah. I like it. Now we're going to stretch the top side of the forearm. So you could do 2 fingers at a time, 2 fingers at a time. You could also do this one on your legs. But if you do this one on the wall, the higher you go, the deeper the stretch. Again, don't put all your weight into it. You don't want to rip stuff. Now I'm going to stretch the fingers, and then after we finish the stretch routine, then we're going to do a massage routine. So it just takes a couple of minutes to go through this whole sequence, and it's totally worth it. My hands like already feel better just doing what I've done so far, and we're about halfway through the sequence. Ooh. ASMR, enjoy that pop. And then after we finish the massage routine, then we're going to go into the fulcrum control exercises. We're going to do variation 1. And it's a deceptively, like, it looks easy, but it's like way harder than it looks. Especially to get it to sound good. And we're going to play it slow. We're going to play it at 40. To really refine the techniques. We're going to do it as double stops. But before we do that, I still got to finish this. So we're going to do a massage up and down the forearm. Try and get everything relaxed, especially in my left arm, which is feeling off today. Just one of those days. And then we go to the other one. And then we're going to massage the palm. So I'm going to do thumb massaging in the palm, and then the fingers massage the backside of the hand. Just kind of work your way around it. Get everything loose. Nice and relaxed. My right hand, one of the fingers is feeling tight at the base where it connects with the hand. Interesting. Let's give it some extra attention. And then we got one more massage that we're going to do, and then I'm going to actually play through some more stuff. Now that we've got things a little bit more relaxed. It's amazing how much better the hands feel after doing this. This last one is massage from base to tip of each one of the fingers. Do it at least 2 times, sometimes 3 or 4. Like I might do that for some of my fingers on my right hand. Right hand fingers are a little tighter today. Every day is going to be different. Depends on like what you do for a workout, or like how much you use a pencil, or how much you're typing at a keyboard, etc. Like the day or 2 before will have a profound impact on your drumming. Even the morning of, whatever. Listen to your hands, take care of your hands. Keep them nice and relaxed and healthy so you can be drumming when you're my age, when you're 90. Okay, so I'm going to go back into this playlist. And again, this one was the Chug with flam accents and single doubles is at the very bottom. But I'm going to focus on this exercise. Fulcrum control variation 1. Woo! And I'll play it for you fast so you can hear what it sounds like. So we'll do it at this speed. Turn this so you can hear it a little bit better. And I won't play along right now. So it looks easy. Okay, so just 4-2-1-ing, 4 different rhythms. Accent on the downbeats, about every one of the beats, and then it's changing the amount of space for the interior notes, the taps. So it's like slowly compressing it, then it expands it some more, and then it compresses it over on this end. Okay, so this is like forcing you to think about the spacing of the taps and what you're doing with your hands in order to be able to get it to play it in time correctly. Now, I'm going to play it as double stops. So double stops, if you didn't see the stream 2 days ago, it's a borrowed term from string terminology. And it just means to basically play both hands at the same time. So what you want is a good popping sound as opposed to a cha-cha sound or a flam sound. So when I'm playing through this, I don't want to have like... I don't want that. And double stops allow you to watch your playing to make sure that your right hand and your left hand are moving at the same velocity, the same speed, the same touch, many different ways to say it, and getting the same height and whatnot, okay? So that's why I'll be practicing it as double stops, but you could play this as all on the right hand or all on the left hand, etc. Now I'm going to go into the timestamps, and I'm going to slow this down to 40, and we're just going to let it go one click at a time faster. This is a grind, but welcome to Refining Your Technique with Jared O'Leary. This is what it takes, folks. As somebody who's been drumming since 1998, I'm still refining my technique. Whoops. I started playing measure 4. Slow. Late. Thank you for the racks on the vertical. Okay, now while I'm doing this, I'm trying to make sure that my accents aren't like squeezing and going and trying to force it in there. So I'm trying to get the height while also staying nice and relaxed. So the goal for this, whenever you're doing any exercise really, is you want to try and get the stick to be able to vibrate in your hand. That means that you've got enough space in your hand that it's able to not choke off the sound. So if I'm playing the same height, this is where it's vibrating, and then I just squeeze my hand more. It literally gets rid of the tone of the stick, and it prevents it from being as loud as it would be because your hand is actually absorbing some of the impact as compared to playing relaxed like this, and then you start squeezing, even though it's the same height, even though you might be moving at the same velocity. It's just, you know, physics. You're absorbing the energy as opposed to transferring it from the beat of your stick into whatever surface you're playing on. So I'm trying to stay relaxed on those accents while also staying controlled on these taps. Right now, my biggest issue is the timing, but, you know, we'll work on that. It's so slow. Whee! Late. I was actually thinking if I wanted to... Ew, flams. If I wanted to share some of the other variations, and I think I will do that. So if I forget, please remind me in the chats that I want to show you what the other ones are like. Different variations of this exercise. Late. Too much talking. forgot to turn that back over. Yeah, so this mic has a, technically it's bidirectional, but it's mainly one direction, and it was facing towards the speakers, so gotta switch it back over. Yeah, the second measure, the taps are wonky. I keep wanting to play this measure instead. Now I'm late. Too much talking. Oops. Still playing the line above. Yeah, the taps are still a little cha-cha, a little flammy at times. And the second measure in particular, the taps on the timing of those taps are a little off. The left hand's a little late. I keep wanting to play measure 4 on measure 2, so don't do that, Jared. Okay. Thank you for the light. Water break. Time for a word from today's sponsor. Water. Have I tried to stop a narcissistic person? I mean, stop them from what? Being a narcissist? Good luck with that. I've known many narcissists. As somebody who's worked in academia, there's plenty of them. Let's continue. Yeah, in my experience, it's kind of a lost cause. They think they're right about everything and aren't willing to listen. But I almost play measure 4 again. My brain has a pointer error, apparently. Try Takadimi. So during my undergrad, we played a piece on frame drums. So like these. So you do like ta den take na ta den. There's some really cool things that you can do with it, but I haven't done it forever. But on my undergrad, we played. Forget the name of the piece. It was really cool, but learning the like counting systems and whatnot, it was fascinating. Indian hand drumming, like tabla playing, even frame drumming and whatnot. It's just like it's so cool. If you're like somebody who has listened to mainly like Western music, like pop, rock, rap, whatever, and you're a drummer, I highly recommend you listen to like tabla playing in particular. It's such a musical instrument. This is not a tabla, by the way. This is a frame drum. But Ustad Zakir Hussain is a phenomenal tabla player. I've got a few of his albums, and he's great. So highly recommend. But anyways. We've got a whole wall decoration with 7 different frame drums on there. One of them is like a really big one. Anyways. Have I played The Last of Us? Yes, both of them. But I'm gonna stream them in the future, because I haven't played them in a long time. Ew. Edward, have you played The Last of Us? I think there's technically 3 games. And I played the 2 main ones. There's like a prequel. I haven't played that. They're good. Very violent, though. That's better. My left hand still keeps coming in late on the second rhythm. Yeah. So I've seen most of the first season, and they released a second season recently. But I haven't watched it yet, because I haven't finished the first season yet. Ew. Talking screwed me up. There's gonna be a third season. Nice. Yeah, honestly, watching the first season's like making me want to go back and play the games, so I can see how they're similar and different. But the games are great. Played them when they first came out. Really good. Yeah, what are some of your favorite classics on the Sega Mega Drive? A funny thing is, the name of the console in North America is Sega Genesis, because Sega thought that like Americans would resonate better with Genesis, but everywhere else in the world is called a Mega Drive. Do I want to open a DAW and pop some tunes together? I'm not sure what you mean by that, but no, I'm good. I'm just practicing. My favorite DAW is Ableton, though. That's a good one. It's funny when like students would call it Appleton. Oops. Yeah, I don't know what's up with my brain. I keep, instead of playing rhythm number 2, I'm playing rhythm number 4, and I like micro correct in the middle of it. And it plays it out of time. Oops. So the tap consistency is getting better. It's just a timing consistency error still. You love this exercise? It's a good one. There's several more variations under the technique or fulcrum control. In the technique section, said I would talk about this. So I'll just go ahead and pull it up for you now so you can see it. But so this variation, if we go back to the playlist here, we've got variation 2, which shifts some of the rhythms around. Okay, so still only 2 taps, 1 accent while playing through this with some different rhythms, so some different spacing in between each one of the notes. Gives you a little bit of a different challenge. But then right here, variation 3, this one actually has 3 taps in it. So this one, again, different rhythms, but with 3 taps, you're changing the spacing between those different taps to work on your fulcrum control. And then we also have variation 4, which also has 3 taps. And it's changing the spacing again in a different way. So another way to work on your fulcrum control. And then these ones have it so that you're actually working on a single accent and a single tap. So for variation 5, 6, and 7, highly recommend it. And this playlist you can find either on my YouTube on the Home tab, or if you're under the link that's at the top of every one of the videos. If you scroll down to Technique, it is this one, Fulcrum Control. But anyways, I promised I was going to talk about that, and now I'm going to do that. Should you play as Mega Rex or Bigfoot? Let's go with Bigfoot. Since it's a racing game, put that Bigfoot on the pedal. Don't press the brake. Make sure when you practice these, do it as double stops, so you can hear what's similar and different between the hands. And you can practice in front of a mirror, or even better, record yourself to figure out what's working between your hands and what to improve. Thank you for the like. Must have been for the dance, right? Got all the moves. Keep playing the wrong rhythm. Time for a water break. Pause. It didn't pause. It keeps double tapping. Enjoy this ASMR experience. Okay. I want to get at least a 60 for this. Then we'll see how we're doing with it. And then after, like, doing the majority of the stream, just like grinding out something, trying to improve something, then we'll chop out, play something fast. I don't know what, something. Maybe a shopping spree. Like Blue Devils 99. And by the way, you can also practice this with like 6 and 3. It doesn't have to be like 12 and 3 for the accents and taps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this up to 60, and then I'll start going up by 5s until it gets to a breaking point with the technique, and then I'll chop out. Almost there. Cool. So 60, then we'll go 65, and then 70, and then 78, and then 95, and then 44. That's how you count by 5s, right? Funny thing is, like, when I make jokes like that, and I deliver it with that dry delivery. Students would like not realize I was making a joke, and they'd take me literally. Yep, that's how you count by fives. That left. Still slightly late. It'll start to become even more clear as we speed this up. The differences, the subtle differences between the hands. This one I could probably, next time I do a technique stream, go back down to 40 again and just keep refining it. Trying to get that left to match the right better. Ew. Can you hear the flams? I can hear the flams. It's the left hand coming in late. So I'm trying to fix it, but I need to refine it more. You know, this is why we're practicing. You played as Bigfoot, now you switched? Nice. Did you win? Are you a Formula One Grand Prix winner? GG's. Playing as a career? Nice. Me too. Career as an educator. to this, like, as you speed this up, you can really see just, like, how it works on your spacing and whatnot with those taps. It's a really good exercise for that. And the other variations are also great if you, again, have, like, a single note tap or 3-note taps or even 2 notes. Have I played it? No, I haven't played Garden of Man. What do you like about the game? Or games, I guess. Okay, so I'm gonna play it at 100. This will be the last tempo that I'll do it for this exercise, and then I'm gonna chop out. This is the goal of this, like why I'm going by 5s now, is because it gives me data for what happens with my technique as it changes speeds, as it gets faster, and then I will go back and refine this slow, so that way I can continue to improve it. So I'll start again at 40 and just go 1 click at a time. But if you are able to play this faster, cool. This particular play along goes as fast as 160. And again, there's several more variations of just this exercise and, you know, over 2,000 of these play alongs on my home tab of YouTube. So keep you busy for a while. If you spent 8 hours a day working on the exercises, it would take you more than a year. So, hey, I said stop. Keeps double tapping. So the thing that I'm noticing, one is like there's a timing issue with the left hand where it's slightly late, but also there's a slight pressure issue. Change with like where I'm feeling it on my thumb. Like I'm trying to not squeeze, but there's a slight difference between the left hand and the right hand, which makes sense after however many seasons that I march with traditional grip, and I'm trying to just, you know, do this whole match grip thing. But I'm still trying to get my left hand to better match my right, but it's a struggle. So we'll continue to work on that. But now I'm going to chop out. So if you want to find this particular play along, as well as several different variations for Fulcrum control, you can find it linked in the top of every one of these play alongs. It takes you to here. So this is /drum on my website. We got all the chop stuff, over 1,000 grid variations, a ton of different limb independent stuff, like a video showing you how to develop it, over 460 bass exercises, a bunch of cadences, and then 360 technique exercises. The one that I was just working on is in Fulcrum control. If you want to see how to practice these and what to focus on, etc., check out the drumming tips one. I'm almost at 100 videos in there of drumming tips that I've paid a lot of money to learn from people, and I'm giving to you for free. Now we're going to chop out. Let's play something fast. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. I did this one last time. It's a good one, 5/4 shopping spree. So I'm going to do this one since I just kind of mentioned it in passing. We'll go at a nice, comfortable tempo, and then we'll go faster and faster until my hands spontaneously combust. So we're going to start off at 120. If this is too fast, cool. Start learning it at 40. There's no shame in that. I've been drumming for a very long time, And I still slow things down to 40 to refine the technique, make it sound better. Now, the sticks I'm using are Hardeman hammers, so they are extra heavy sticks. They're about 44% heavier than normal sticks. Great for chops. Highly recommend them. That's a cool phrase right there. It's fun, right? If you disagree, then you can unsub right now. Just kidding. It's okay. You don't have to like it. I like the book report into the puttada, the slurred puttada. It's fun. And now 140. My breaking point today will probably be 160. Stay tuned, we'll find out. Today's episode of Jared Practices Publicly. Thank you for the like on the YouTube. Extra rim shot in there. For like what, 30 minutes on that Fulcrum control exercise, accent taps just feel tasty. That was 140, right? Yes, 150. Alright, this will probably be the breaking point, 160. Wish me luck. Now, you notice I spent a few minutes warming up, stretch and massage, and then I spent the majority of my practice session playing something slow, refining something, and now for the last like 10% of my time, I'm chopping out. Most beginner students will do the opposite of that, where they will spend the majority of their time just trying to play something fast. I promise, as somebody who's been drumming since 1998, and has taught every grade, kindergarten through doctoral student, focus on practicing slow. That's how you be able to play fast. It's a weird paradox, but I promise I am modeling what I highly recommend for any of the students I've taught over the decades I've been teaching. Ugh. My arms did not burst into flames, so we need to go faster. By getting to the actual breaking point where you can't play anymore, it gives you data for like what to work on for next time. If you choose to work on, like shopping spree or whatever. So that's why I'm doing this. Also, it's just, fun. Which I should elaborate. If you end your practice session with something fun, like chopping out for like 5 or 10 minutes, like on something like this, and you spent the majority of it, like the bulk of your time practicing something slow, it makes it so like the last thing that you remember about your practicing is, oh, that was fun. Not, oh, I sat there and grinded out the same thing for like an hour. So psychologically, highly recommend it. Okay, here we go. This is going to be too fast, too furious, but we're going to have fun trying it. I'm going to lower the heights a little bit with these extra heavy sticks. Woo! almost. That last line is rough. If you want to find the sticks that I'm using, there's a second link right here. This takes you to /gear on my website. There's a bunch of books that I recommend for like drum kit, for mallets. Yes, I played that too. For rudimental, for snare, blah, blah, blah. Scroll past this stuff. Here's the pads I'm using. But the sticks I'm using are the Hardeman hammers. They are so good for building chops because they're basically the normal Hardemans, but they're using a heavier type of material to practice with. So they're great for working on chops. Highly recommend them. 10 out of 10 would chop out again. Now, if you go to the first link, that's at the top of every one of the videos, this is where you can find stuff organized neater than what I can do on YouTube. So on YouTube, if you're on here, like on the home tab, you can find the 2000 like play-alongs here, but it's not organized as neatly as I'd like. So when you click on the header, it expands and it shows you like all of these different types of playlists, but like this is as good as I can organize it on YouTube, which is yuck, like that cadence name. So instead, go to the first link or the link in the pinned comment, the one that says /drum, and that takes you to here. Thank you for the like on YouTube. So on here, we got the 62 chop exercises. The shopping spree I was just chopping out with was Blue Devil's 99, but there's several more shopping sprees like this one, the 345, 543, 4210, Blue Devil's 2000. There's also Jeeper shopping spree. This is like a shopping spree variation, slow paradiddle. We've got stock shopping spree. We've also got RCC's Maury spree right here. We've got Velvet Knights 5-4 spree. So if you like sprees, I got you covered. We also have over 1,000 grid variations here, organized neater than I can do on YouTube. A bunch of limb independent stuff, a bunch of exercises for marching bass, some cadences, and then over 360 technique exercises like the one I was working on today, Fulcrum control. If you want tips on like how to get better as a drummer, I highly recommend checking out the drumming tips playlist or any of these scripted lessons that I've created. But under the drumming tips, this is when I respond to questions that people ask me in the chat, and I will edit those responses down and put them into here. There's almost 100 videos in here of different questions that people have asked, like how to prepare for an audition, so like drumline audition tips, or what are roughs, like on concert snare. Like there's a ton of different things in here. Every one of these titles is the first thing I talk about in the video, but there's often several things I talk about. So if you check out the chapters or the timestamps in the description, you can find some more. But anyways, I'm going to tear this down and get ready for Firewatch. We're going to finish that game today. Really interesting game so far. Very narrative based. But if you like the free exercises on here, just share it with somebody else. And know that the ones that say members first are scheduled to release. There's like almost 500 of them, so more than a year's worth of content that's scheduled to release. So if I like fall over dead right now, you'll still get like 500 more videos from me. So you're welcome. So you don't have to sign up for membership, but for those who have to get that early access, I do appreciate it. So thank you. But I'm going to call it here. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I hope you enjoy these free exercises. But goodbye.